everyone, Mitch Moroney here again. Now I just wanted to briefly discuss panic attacks. Now there's many reasons for panic attacks. Sometimes they're legitimate, like something is legitimately happening to you. You know, you're getting mobbed or something. Yes, your panic button's gonna get hit. That's not what I'm talking about at this moment. I'm talking about it just goes, you know. Could be for a variety of reasons. Some rational, some irrational. I'll just talk to you about my last one, which was when was that? 8 months ago, roughly. I think it was around Easter, Christmas, so around about then. Nothing out of the ordinary. I was actually at the movies with the missus and was sitting there. My heart suddenly felt like it was just, coming out my chest, stopped beating. Well, not stopped beating, but skipped a beat. There was some palpitations going on, all sorts of things. My mind then just, obviously, first thing it jumps to is I'm going to have a fucking heart attack. I'm not going to have a heart attack. I'm a young guy. I know I'm a bit overweight, but, I'm not hugely unhealthy. I'm not going to have a fucking heart attack at my age. But that was what the brain skipped to. You're going to die, boom, adrenaline goes through the roof, and I just went into shutdown. I personally, I was trying to control it, hold it off. Lucky it was towards the end of the movie, so I dealt with it. My personal experience is what happens with me when I have panic attacks. Or to be honest, whenever anxiety increases, people that know me and are around me will be able to tell exactly when it goes. Because I shut down. I go, fuck the outside world, let's deal with this now. This is the issue. After we sort my head out, my issues, then we can deal with everyone else. I'll just stop talking. I'll just go into my own world. You can be having a full conversation with me and halfway through, I just shut down. It's not being rude, it's just what happens and what has to happen. So on this occasion, obviously I went there, it kicked off. I held it at bay the best I could with some strategies that I utilised, which work. Unfortunately, on this occasion, they didn't work as much as they possibly could have, because again, when you're in your body goes life or death, your mind isn't exactly in the best place to go, okay, let's use this strategy, let's just implement as much as we can and do it as best as we can, because your brain's going, you're gonna fucking die. So it's very hard to take control of it. But, I used it, I tried to pull it apart. What happens, because you go into, I'm going to die, you can either go fight, flight, or freeze. There's actually three. Most people say fight or flight, but there's actually freeze. You can just freeze. I've got some experiences with fight, but generally speaking, I don't, which is good, because I'm a big dude. I mean, I'm 6'1" and 230 pound roughly, 230, 240, 105, 110 kilos. I'm a big dude, and I could get myself into a lot of trouble every time I fucking go and punch someone. It normally goes flee and deal with it. So, your blood rushes to your legs, obviously, because that's instinctively what happens, so you can run. If it goes fight, your blood rushes to your torso as a male, and you suddenly get a lot bigger because you're ready to take people on. And obviously freeze, you just go, oh! But more to the point, got in the car, your senses actually go into overdrive. You can hear better, you can see better, it's like time slows down to a point. You're just so on edge that just insane. And I actually drove home. It was only 10 minutes down the road, complete silence. But your senses are incredibly strong at that point in time. You can hear everything. You just zoned. Once I got home, for some reason, when I'm in full panic, I can't actually be in the dark. Don't really know, possibly a thing from childhood, the fear of the unknown. I don't really know. But I generally will have every light in the house on and will sleep light. I have TVs on. That's just purely avoidance. I'm trying to distract myself out of the issue. once you're in panic, you just want to get the fuck out. You don't want to stay there and have a cup of tea. And then normally it lasts for a few hours and it'll go away. But the problem is you don't know when it's going to go away. You know, it will go away. Nobody's ever gone into panic and never came out and died from it, unless they've done something stupid themselves. You know, you don't die from having a panic attack. It may feel like you're going to die. Your heart might be pumping through your chest, like right out here, sweating, just shaking even, throwing up, whatever. But you're not going to die from it. It is quite common. My mother-in-law, or girlfriend's mum, I'm not married, had one, first one she's ever had, and it isn't uncommon that because the heart's pounding like nothing else, people think they're having a heart attack and they end up going to the emergency room, and obviously they get told he's having a panic attack, go home, you'll be fine. But many people that do it the first time, they feel like they're fucking having a heart attack. That was my last occasion. I've had a few different sorts of ones. Most of them tend to be like that, to be honest. And because I just go shut down, let's deal with this, fuck everything else, I can generally contain the issue to the best I can. I have had one where I did read up on it. I can't remember exactly what it was called, but it was a panic attack. But the best way of describing what it felt was like my brain was just ripping in two, and what I would expect the feeling of going insane feels like. It was just fucking incredible. It was horrible, don't get me wrong. I would not like to experience it again, but it was something I've never experienced in my life. And as in my family tree, schizophrenia is in there, that was not helping my panic attack disorder side of things. Mid-panic attack and I feel like I'm going insane is not going to help that with the schizophrenia side. So there was that one. Again, they normally last a few hours and then you feel like you've run a fucking marathon. Next day, I can't do shit. I honestly feel like I've run a marathon. I'm sore, I've got no energy whatsoever because it's like being at your peak. You are going to die if you don't do something for hours. So your body just depletes everything. It throws everything at it. And obviously as a consequence, you're just fucked the next day. One of the other times I had it, I was a lot younger. I mean, I was fucking 14, I think. I was in school, and it was a brief one. Like most of my ones as adults go for a few hours. This one was like maybe an hour. Didn't know what it was. Didn't really have anything there. Always knew that I could snap quite easily, but this one was a bit extra than just snapping. And it was fight. You know, I was playing a game or mucking around as blokes as you do, and somebody hit me with a, fuck, what was it? It was a hockey stick. They hit me with a hockey stick. Now, I don't know if anyone's ever known what being hit by a fucking hockey stick feels like, but it's not pleasant. It actually snapped over my arm. And at that point, which is why, to me, flight is very normal, whereas fight, the only time I actually fight at the threat for panic side of things is if I'm physically being attacked. And smashing a bat over my arm is considered in my body is physically getting attacked. And I went on the war path. It was a strange experience, the same as the other panic attacks. Heightened senses, nothing else in the world. But what happened, I found, was I just went into this zone. Nothing mattered at all. You know, just nothing. All that mattered in my entire life, no future, no past, nothing, was I get that cunt. That was it. You know, I did not care who I had to go through to get him. I did not care about anything else. It did not even bother me. And it wasn't just get him, it was kill him. And obviously, looking back, you're not going to kill him, but I was trying very hard to get to him. Like he was a very fast little bastard and I couldn't catch him because I'm big dude and not the most agile on my feet. But yeah, that's how it was. There was nothing else that mattered. That man had to die and that was it. That was literally the mentality. Which when you're in a sane mind, you look back and go, what the fuck? You know, that's fucked. Why would you even be like that? It's not a rational thing. Once you get to that level, it is not rational. It just happens. You know, you don't control it. I heard a story. The same thing happened with an adult, and he had panic issues. He had a kid, and he was walking out, and a big four-wheel drive or pickup truck, I think the Yankees say, hit him and knocked the kid down. Obviously, huge issues. The kid had hit him pretty hard. The dad, bang, he snapped. He went in full panic, but he went into fight panic, not the normal side. Like he had the anxiety, went into a full panic attack. Fight was his reaction. He grabbed this guy out of the car, threw him to the ground, and had to get dragged off of him because he was slamming his fist into this guy's face so hard that he was going to kill him. And after the fact, he said, exactly as I said, nothing else mattered. It had to happen, so he was going to do it. Plain and simple. I had an issue as well, same thing. I've got better at it. Many people might have it as well. When your emotions get really high, like as in anger or anxiety or whatever, something happens. I have blackout memory for these times. I'm not like it anymore. I've learned to control it, but there was a time, and if I lost my shit, I would go and do whatever the fuck I did. You know, I'd say horrible things and punch things and all sorts of crap. And I'd have no memory of that ever happening. It was like a 10-minute blank space in my memory where anything could have fucking happened. Do you know what it's like arguing with a woman and then you have this blank spot? Do you know how much they just fill that with crap? It was very hard. But I've learned how to control that and deal with that. Now, when I say this, by no means do I have anger management issues. I very rarely get angry. I'm a very controlled person, but like anyone else, we're human. Sometimes we do shit. And sometimes, you know, we're not in a good mood. People push you, and then all of a sudden you just blow it. Now, I haven't hurt anyone. I'm the biggest danger to myself, to be honest. I won't hurt anyone else if I lose my shit. I might punch doors or whatever, but I'm not going to hit anybody else unless I am in direct threat, as in they're hitting me. Then obviously I'll react in self-defense. But I'm not just going to walk up to someone and just go bang and knock it flat. Like, it's just fucked. You don't do that. So anyways, this has been a long video, but I just wanted to briefly explain my experiences with panic attacks. Obviously very briefly. And I'd hope to hear some comments about how other people have had it, how they treat it, how they deal with things. And just, to be honest, other people's experiences in this area. I mean, it's one of those areas where everybody's going to have it differently. Everyone's going to have different experiences. My experiences more than likely are extremely different to what a female would experience because I'm obviously a bloke. So I'd like to hear everyone's comments on these topics. So leave your comments down below. Please subscribe to the channel. I'll try and put up as many educational sort of videos. We'll get a bit of a community going, hopefully. And I'll see you next time.